Sing all I drop these bars under them both in. And this is ours. These open ways since time began. Never got baptized, but they live righteous man. My carnival ringing joy to their flight. In this land, let's be the start of light. Limbo lights illuminating the lost. What you never knew what a patient cost. Carnival came too easy in this way. Limbo lights with bullet judgment gate. It was sweet and it was fire. Just so many righteous sin. Limbo lights, limbo lights, world being this a thing. You know what I'm saying? In Portland, carnival turning up, feeling this sin. You know what steps where the journey in. 8 more summer raining out below. Trying to take this infernal show. You know like saying in the rear view. Rainbow faking with his subject rules. It's just so baby, every disappeared. The hell death, death, fixing and a reappear. Here.
You find it for trying to well destroy from all this issue. Gets me counted my own good.
Welcome back everybody, episode 321 live. It's the Inside Line with me, Drift Johnson from Scuffed Epoch. It's 8 o'clock on the 15th of March. It will be a Sunday. Welcome back everyone. It's been another wild week, as you might imagine. It's always too crazy, but like I said, we've got a whole bunch of like interesting new games, interesting new skills, a bunch of new workflows, some cool stuff on the music generation side of things, and mostly a bunch of big overhauls. And I've got something really cool for you. Thank you very much, guys. So hello everybody, hello Fernicar in the chat, Battlecruiser operational, hello Twig and Berries, hello. Now where were we? Like I was saying, big tool overhaul, guys. Basically this is the big deal. Claude code, right? 1 million context. So what it basically means when you combine all the automation, I'll give you an example, right? I did something last night called the Lovable Exodus, where I had 21 apps and websites which are already hosted on my originai.com or scuffedepoch.com website. So Spittoon, Writer, a whole bunch of different tools, Megapixel, Magic. There's all these different tools we've made that are all hosted on my site. You can use them for free. Now, they were a lot of them were hosted on Lovable because we made them on there to show off the ability of it to make software, right? Now, here's the fun part. So I wanted to get them off Lovable because a bunch of them are. Most of them aren't actually on there. I think maybe, like I said, 21 out of the 100 websites are basically were on Lovable. So what I wanted to do was do an exodus. And here's the interesting thing, okay? We did it in one prompt. So it did 21 app migrations from cloud to GitHub to local, changing all of the code so they no longer depend on Lovable libraries and are now converted to build for web distribution, right? And then we changed all of the base paths according to the folder names, right? So that they match the domain names. And then now I've got an upload package of 21 sites. It did take it 2 hours in total. It did take it 2 hours, but it did 21 sites fully migrated in one prompt. So it does kind of sort of put things into perspective when you're thinking, well, how powerful are these new models? The reality is that it could do 3 books in a prompt. You know what I mean? Like it's getting intense out here. But that isn't something you should do. Obviously, what I did was I told him to use concurrent workers parallel in groups of 4. So he did 4 sites with 1 worker each in parallel. So it kept it manageable, right? But it is still impressive, like I say. So a job that would have taken me in January, maybe a week, because I would have had to literally do 3 or 4 sites a day. I would have been there loading up the site, doing the migration. This did all of that in 2 hours. So that's a significant, jump in speed from, January even. So 3 months. That's another exponential leap, in my opinion. Just looking at it from nose to the coalface, what's it doing? So anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you if you're watching live or if you're watching later. Let's get into the inside line because, like I said, there's a bunch of stuff which we've done since the last time we were here. The last thing we did was a bit of a joke. We jokingly built Discord on the side, which was kind of funny. I didn't bother taking it any further than the state that you saw it because I was thinking to myself, do I really want to be communications acted? I thought probably not in the UK. But maybe for a private thing that would be cool. But anyway, I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is a whole bunch of cool things that we did since then. Now the pages are a bit messed up because I've been super busy. But there's a couple of big highlights which I want to point to. The best place is always the inside line over on Discord. Links are in the description. So yeah, we're probably going to be somewhere down at Urana, which is basically where we were at. Also, I don't remember if I showed the Galactic Bitcoin game, but that's actually a thing that you can play now, and everyone should see the same market. We need to test that, but not tonight. So DJZ Onion Layers, that's the, where is it? Okay, so that was about animation alignment, and that was put together for the Claude Code. So I'll be able to show you some stuff in a minute. So obviously the Zero AI Principles skill, I don't know if we went over that, but that's about not using AI in the app. But you can use it to make the app, just not in the app. It's, like I said, a Zero AI in your pipeline, not, so you can say you built it with Zero AI Principles. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. DJZ Animation Grid Dev. So this is to show a 3x3 grid of animated WebMs. So you can show frames, not WebMs. So obviously it's for checking your animations when you're done. Onion Layers is for fixing. Both of those are public web apps. You can find the links in the inside line. So then we get to the focus. So first one of the night is Clippy Code. So I did loads of cool work on this. It's actually Lena, okay? I just never bothered to change the name, but it is actually Lena Clippy code, right? Lena is the name of the agent that's inside this thing. So let's just give it a download here. So what have I got here? 1.80 beta. All right. I haven't installed it on this machine. I like to test it out to see what will happen. You know what I mean? Because that means anybody will get the same thing. And obviously it does need Claude code to be running on the system. You know? So there we go. eSpeak, runtimes, assets. Now there is a new feature here. We got Supertonic 1 for the fallback for realism. But then we've also got... Is it open? There she is. She's so small. Can't you go on this screen? Oh no. It won't let me go on that screen? Oi.
Hey there. I'm Lena. I'll be handling things around here. What are we working on today?
See, can you see? Why are you? Windows. She can't go on screen 1. Okay, so there's a little person here that you can see on the screen. That's Clippy. But it's the Lena animations that we built with the banana. You know, I did Banimation 2 last week. So we had the workflows for banana animation with the grids and the sprite sheets and the tool that changes. So there she is, right? I've just tried to drag her, but I just found out I can't put her on screen 2. All right. Lower the music. I never changed the music, guys. I've never changed it. And so it's a bad idea to change it like 200, 300 episodes in or whatever. God knows what number this is. Let me have a look. I would say it's probably just a loud song and it will pass. I'll just get the microphone closer for the few minutes I'm still talking, guys. So anyway, like I'm trying to say here, you can't bloody see it. Right, hang on. Let's get a screenshot of her and then I can move on. Because you can check this out. It's pretty cool. I'll just get a screenshot. Do I have to put it in Paint? My God, man. All because I can't drag it across 2 screens. Well, I don't have 2 screens. So, this is the best I can do. So that's what she looks like on your desktop when you actually have it. You have a chat interface, you set your project window, there's all kinds of settings and stuff. I wanted to show you that, but it looks like I'll have to wait until next week or something. That's outrageous. So it's on my desktop. She's right here. I'll say, oh yeah, but she's, like I said, she's a Claude code assistant. So I could say, Lena, could you write me a plan in a markdown file which is going to tell me how to create a PHP website with a hello world inside of it? It's probably a little bit too easy. So she's transcribing. She's transcribing. So what will happen is she'll probably...
Good question. Give me just a moment.
So yeah, she's going to tell me stuff. Now I think this is the Supertonic voice. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. This is Supertonic. So it actually has Piper TTS as well. And that means you can use custom voice models if you've trained them.
All done.
What?
I wasn't able to create the markdown file because file operations are currently disabled
I didn't give
from
it
your
a-
Clippy settings.
Yeah, that's right.
But I did lay out the full plan right here in the chat. It covers installing PHP, creating your next.php, starting the built-in PHP server, and viewing it in your browser. If you enable file operations, I can save it as for you.
I can save it as for you. Okay. Whoa, it doesn't like it when I've got this menu up. So I wanted to show you the menu. So in here you can see there's the path to Claude. So on Windows it's claude.cmd. The working directory that's your project file, right? But it does make subfolders with automatic naming. You want to change it from the default to something. So, you know, let's say I go into my tools folder here and I make something like _ aligner, and then I can give a file operation, web search, and URL fetching, and then agent and task tools. And that's pretty much all you got to do. The only thing you can also do is you can change that to Piper, and I believe it's got to download it. Do I have to click it? Voice test with save. Initializing speech engine. Right click, repeat last response. Oh.
Lena, good question. Give me just a moment. I'd love to help with that, but file operations are currently *** disabled *** in your Clippy settings, so I'm unable to create or modify files right now. However, I can give you the plan right here, a circumflex euros, and if you enable file operations later, I can write it to a file for you. ## plan, create a PHP hello world website. ## prerequisites 1, *** install PHP *** a circumflex euros download from php.net https code.
She's having a great time.
www.php. Next / downloads or install file bundle like Stamp, Windows, or Mac OS. Ensure web server is available *** a circumflex euros Apache or Nginx bundled with XAMPP/WAMP. Or use
I'll just turn her down a bit.
Development server.
So she's telling me all about PHP, okay? She's great. She's great, honestly. And she'll only get better because now she's got 1 million contacts with Opus 4.6 on Macs. So Lena's never been more powerful. I'll just say that right now. But she does talk. She's supposed to summarize, but she's quite smart now. Anyway, so you can download that. And then obviously, if you check this out, if we go into assets character, all of the assets are separate frames. So it's moddable. So using the workflow, which I released already, you can actually create your own character with all these animations. Is it easy? Well, there's quite a few animations. So I'm going to say it's not like no work. There are, 44 animations, and they usually have about 16 frames each. Some of them have 32, I think. But like I said, it's not hard. I did it in an evening. Because like I said, the workflow, you take the character, make the thing, you've got the sprite sheets, split them up, choose the ones you want, do the painting tool to fix the holes, and you're basically done. But it wasn't that difficult to do. I'm sure if you put more time into it, you could have better animations and a better character. But the point is, change the voice, change the character. It's essentially a different... it's like a different agent. I think, did I put a custom system prompt? Let me check. Hang on. Settings. I can't remember. Sometimes I throw in good stuff like that, but I don't remember. Edit system prompt. Oh, you click on it and nothing happens. All right, watch out for the next version, guys. Because that means you can have custom character, custom graphics, custom audio. Now it's a different character. Do you see what I mean? So it becomes a universal character assistant. And obviously I've got plans to make this work with open code, and then it's truly model agnostic as well. So that's where Lena's headed. I don't know why it won't let me show her to you right now, so you don't get to see all the cool animations and stuff, but yeah. I guess just download it and check it out. Let's move on. Now obviously I had a lot of fun making this code wrapper, which I recommend everyone to try, because he can make Claude code wrappers, which makes, the experience different, gives it more features. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Lena has yesterday built in, so she can do scheduled tasks on a repeat frequency, just like all the yesterday solutions I've brought. Okay. Okay. So like I said, the next thing is going to be more of that. So I'm working on a new system, which is a desktop. It doesn't have the animations and all the rest of it. It's more about just running scheduled tasks. So it's just for that, right? So I called it something like the True Scheduling Interface. Again, it's another Claude code wrapper, but this is the first one I've built, which is going to be going with open code as well. So then it's like, we've got a template, because Clippy code worked so well, but some people don't want Clippy. I get it. But the whole fun part was making something that had an animation state engine in it, and Clippy has an animation state engine. So like I say, Clippy code's finished, you can change the animations, the voice, and the system prompt. So then it's any character you want. And we did it all with banana workflows and Comfy UI, so it's like anyone could really do it if they just have an idea and the time. Obviously the onion layers tool is going to help with fixing the problems with that. Because obviously AI frames, they jitter about, and you can fix that by eye with the onion skin. So, do you know, it's funny, there's actually a mathematical thing you can do to check what the animation, how rough it is, and if it has a lower score, I reckon it might be able to automatically fix the keyframe positions. But anyway, just to match them up, I reckon it could do it. So cell shaded GLB, I think we looked at that, unfinished narratives, everything's sort of topsy-turvy. I've got to try and find it. Oh, don't forget guys, 8 billion books out on Substack, and the Megafauna draft, that's actually print. So on Substack, I've released every single book I wrote in the last year or two for free on Substack this month. It's all coming out on schedule. So every day I'm releasing a chapter from a book, and they're all should be released in order. By the end of the month, about April 1st, all my books are out. So, Megafauna is the last fiction, and 8 billion is the last non-fiction. So that'll bring it all up to date. So, I'm sure there are lost tales which I'll dig out and continue to work on forever. But that's the main books we worked on the big live streams last year. They're all going to print, and, well, technically, Substack is publication. But I want to put them in print next month. Okay, so if anybody does want a copy, they will be available. But most of them, it's sort of like, you know, we built them on the show, which is pretty fun. But I like to show that process coming to an end there. VidGrab is something I'm constantly using on my machine, VidGrab. I'm constantly using VidGrab. I have it installed on all my machines. I find it very useful for grabbing like motion reference and stuff just quickly. Oh, did I just crash Discord? I just crashed Discord. Come back. What the? Oh, you got me. Okay. So anyway, inside line. So the first thing I wanted to show off tonight is the crop replacer. This tool I basically built last night. This is one of Charlie's images, and what I've done is I've added the handlebar mustache and thrown it back in. Now anybody that's familiar with image generation will immediately see what I've done here, but the point is we put it into a nice little desktop app. So let's just make this a little bit bigger, shall we? Okay, that's probably good enough like that. So you can already download this as an MSI. So it's an installer for Windows. I'm going to make a Mac version soon, provided it works. I'm sure it does. It's very simple. So let's give you a quick demonstration. Whoa, my microphone just went super powerful. Sorry about that. Let's give you a quick demonstration. Obviously, you're going to need yourself a nano key, but you know what the best part is? If you only use this sparingly and with Nano Banana 2, you might not need a tier 1 paid. I've been told it works on the free key. The Nano Banana Pro does need a tier 1 paid key, but you might get away with just using this for free, actually. So that's an interesting one. You'll have to let me know how you get on with that. But if I just load an image real quick, let's find ourselves an image. Hopefully it's nothing embarrassing. That's all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a crop right there, like that, maybe like that. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Hit crop, and then it's going to open an edit interface. So if you've ever used Automatic 1111 or Comfy UI, you've probably done this 12 billion times, okay? So we're cropping a section out, and then we're having the app remember where to put it back. So I've automated that. That's why this is called DJZ crop replacer. It literally does crop replacer. So right now I can see this here. So let's replace this with, I don't know, I'm going to say replace the wooden frame with an aged, broken television, cathode ray. The cathode ray television, semi-buried in the dirt with roots around its face. Yeah, so I want him to put a TV there, basically, put a broken TV there. So I generate the patch. So you can obviously 1K, 2K, 4K. I doubt you're going to do. I think keep it small, it works better. I think if you make it too high quality, the patch shows, you know. So I think the 1K is proper. I don't know how big the patch you're making is, right? So you'll have to use your own agency on that one. But you got color match, which I find is fine. And then there's also lab if you prefer. I mean, if you don't know, just leave it on the basic. Ooh, I think we got away with it, lads. So as you can see, before and after, I know it's small, okay? I know it's small. But we have an edge blend slider and we have a strength. I really don't, you know, like I said, I designed what I wanted like a producer would. So we now say apply to image and it's changed that frame for the TV exactly. Do you know what I mean? So if I want to change just that, like, so we'll do something else, yeah? Let's say I want to put, let's say I want to give a, this will be quite a challenging one actually. Let's try this one. So if I, that's tiny. If I want to see if I can break it, I'm going to say, change the knee pad. To use a bronze dragon face metal, what's it called? Embossed design. Yeah. Okay, because I reckon this is where it'll fall apart. I'm going to use something different on the other side, right? We'll use a lion for the other knee or something like that, or silver. But, you know, if you've done this in Comfy UI or anything, it's the same idea, you know. We crop out the thing, we blow it up, we do the thing, we shrink it down, we match it, we place it back in, we blend the edges. It's a lot to do, but it's a very common workflow that we've all been doing for years. Ooh, did we get away with it? It changed quite a bit. Ah, no way. I can't zoom in on it. Can I draw a smaller selection, like clear the box? I wonder what else we could do. How about we give it something difficult? And yeah. Okay. Place a distant and damaged blockbuster video neon, no, what is it, what's it called? Street sign, no, company sign, business sign, lit sign, business signage. Behind everything. I want to try and give it something a little bit weird, because it's like we haven't really given it anything. Oh, that's the original image as well. That's gonna not work. Well, it doesn't matter. See, what you could do is obviously load the image that you've made and chain it. I'm going to develop the app a bit more, but right now you can see it works. And it's much better than the in-painting app I made before. See, I made an in-painting app before, and it was like 50-50 whether Banana would actually listen to the mask. He does listen to the mask. Look at that. That is, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty good. So, because the thing is, the problem we had was that sometimes Banana will not listen to you. He won't put it where you ask for it. He'll put it where he thinks it looks good. And so what this does is it says, all right, you're going to put it where it looks good. All right, so how about you put it only where I say to put it? Do you know what I mean? Put it only where I say. So let's give her a gold hilt on the samurai sword, right? No, that's too easy. I want to give something hard. I probably need to change the image entirely, don't I? Oh, before and after. Oh, that doesn't work. See, there's going to be bugs. It's an alpha. It's an alpha! Okay, alright, let's try something here. So, just take the face. And we'll say add 1980s style dark sunglasses. So, because it's like, I know it would have done that anyway, but the issue was, like, sometimes you want to just move thing or put thing here, and this allows you to do it to the crop and then patch it back. So then you definitely only get the change where you want. And that's really what inpainting is for. So this is just inpainting. But instead of doing the whole image with an edit and a mask, which kind of doesn't really work on API with Banana Pro. Look at that. Apply. And then, like I said, the nice thing about it is, if I was to take the what is it called, this image here, and then load that, it's not actually there yet. Did it actually save it? Where did you save it? Hang on, did I save it to a funny place? Weird. Is it not saving? Not saving. Okay, we got a bug with the save button, guys. When you right click save, it just doesn't do anything. Does the export zip button work? Nope. Very beta. See, it says exported. I don't know if it really did. Like I said, this is like literally the first build. I made it and I didn't debug a thing, okay? I described what I wanted. I gave him examples. I said build it. Build the MSI, commit to the GitHub, write the README, all in one prompt. You see what I mean? It's like, it's kind of funny. And it works. And I didn't even touch it yet. Now, are there the things that are broken is what it messed up. But you got to think, that's one shot. It's nuts. So, anyway, oh no, look, I take it back. It did actually download the zip file. Alright, so that's it there. Yeah. Right, so let's get one. That's the microwave. Wonder why we got two of them. It's not before and after, it's just two ends. Oh, it's the knee pad? No, didn't save the knee. Ah, there's the knee pad. And the blockbuster sign. Okay, and then the sunglasses. So let's get the sunglasses here. Got all correct fingers. Here, let's do something silly, right? How about we add... I'll say I want to add a ring to a specific finger, right? So how about we add a ring? Can you even do that? It's literally like 151 by 151. Add an ornate silver ring with a green gem to the white finger. It's so silly because it's like a mech glove. But I'm like, let's see it. I want to see if I can break it. It's 150. It's so small. What do you reckon? Do you reckon he can do it? No way. And then apply it. There it is, guys. Ring on the finger. Okay. So yeah, this is 100% working. Because like I said, you can just continuously patch. You could do loads of micro edits all over it if you really wanted to, right? So because of the way you just basically I'm going to make it so there's a button where you can just, you know, click on it and it'll load it back up. Look at that breakdown, man. It's so nice. I'm having a lot of fun. Look, oh yeah, you can. I already did this. There's an open and editor button right there. So then we can just take it from there if we want. All right, but yeah, this is my latest toy, so happy with that. Check it out. And the thing is, it might even work for free for like 1 or 2 images. I don't know. That's what it says in the README. Okay, right. Subject to testing is, I think, what they call it. Do you know what? It might be quicker just to go over here. Yeah, probably. Did I get another thing open? So I've already got VidGrab. Oh yeah, of course, VidGrab. So yeah, you know, you click Control F7 and it allows you to drag a box and record the WebM for you. So that's nice. In combination with all the other stuff, it's pretty sweet. So let's talk about token weather, guys. I'm sorry to inflict this upon everyone, but I invented token weather. It's not really an invention, is it? Everybody knows what this is. So your work often relies on an API. So there should probably be a weather report for that, right? So what this does is it aggregates all of the service statuses, the planned maintenances, the downtimes, the error reports, and it puts them into a rating system which is based on weather or traffic. Obviously, weather is more like stuff that's happening, like weather, whereas traffic is more about use. So it's like if a lot of people use a specific road, it gets congestion. But that's not the same as weather. So weather patterns are more like long-term or shifting or sudden short-term. Anyway, what we've done is we've written up this system. It's pretty easy. Gives you a heads-up display. Fernicar's saying free tier API key that Google gives in the studios for testing. It may work for Nano Banana tests per day. Yeah, so if you want to do a quick in paint, it might be okay. Obviously, you'll have to use Nano Banana 2. I know the Pro key requires tier 1. But yeah, as you can see, you know, it's basically this is giving us a heads-up display on all of the different services. We've got Replicate, 11 Labs, Ideogram, Black Forest, Stability, and OpenAI Image for like the media, multimodal. And then we've got all of the big LLMs up here as well. Now, the reason this is easy to do is because they all use the same system. So we're just using the fact that they all use the same system to announce. You know, there's no like paid API to get service. They just broadcast and it's the same. So it's easy to implement. But it gives a nice sort of look. And like I said, I don't know whether you prefer it as weather or traffic because it's allegory anyway. It's not really weather or traffic, is it? There is a rush hour. And sometimes this has actually made sense. You know, I've been working and I've been like, oh, what's going on? And I looked at it and Claude's down or it's having issues. So I use this every day. The irony is it started as a joke, token weather, you know, because there are storms, you know, there's downtime, there are incidents, you know, suddenly you can't log in, you know, the robot doesn't sleep, but there's token weather, yeah? So then you might get a bad answer. It's something that they talk about as little as possible, but this is nice. Now, a note on the forecasting. This was learned over less than 1 week. So as time goes on, it's going to learn the patterns. Now, I know you can't really predict. Like truly random events. But the reason it's learning isn't to try and like game the system and predict when down, because that's silly. All it's really doing is it's trying to adapt. So like say there is a downtime that they always do and they don't tell anyone, this will learn that it's going to happen. So then you'll have a chance of knowing, because that's the thing. What I've been noticing is they don't actually update their planned maintenance API. So there is an endpoint that reports planned maintenance, but they don't really use it. So I know they have it, and this system will learn it without me needing to find out. So it already thinks that Grok and ChatGPT are going to go down on Tuesday. Now, whether they do or not, we're not trying to prove that because it's only been running for a week. Give it a couple of months and it'll actually have some data to make more accurate trend predictions, you know? Because there will obviously be a day of the month when they do stuff like that. And this will be able to record it and then you'll know. Even if they don't tell you. That's the idea. So the 7-day token outlook is, you know, all clear. And this is based on the fact that there was an event last week. You remember on Tuesday, Grok and ChatGPT went down for the afternoon or for most of the day. And so that is why that's there. So it's kind of like seeing what happened last week and going, well, it might happen next week, which is essentially what the weather does. There is also a longer-term monthly token climate report, which again will only be based on 2 weeks the first time it appears. But I'm still debugging the service. It's totally free. There's no login. It doesn't track anything. To be honest, I needed this, so I built it. That's all. And I saw no reason not to make it public because, you know, it's basically just a dashboard of service states, right? But I think that over time, because this is actually running in the edge on Cloudflare and stuff, over time, its database and everything, it will be able to make better predictions or at least give us a true history of what's going on. Because if you look on net, they all have 100% uptime, guys. You know? So let's see what it really is, you know? But just sort of more short term, like often when I'm working, I'll jump on here and go, you can double click and see exactly which piece is actually broken as well, which is also nice. Because sometimes it will say, yeah, everything's up, and then that one thing you're using is down. So there's that. TheTokenWeather.com. Alright, so can we go back to page 2? Bunraku. Right, so you all remember Dancing Sharonas? Well, they're coming back. I actually released the app, so you can just download the app now. You can add your own GLBs into a manager. It's the exact app that I was using to start the show last year. You just bring your rigged character model animations and potentially skin variants of the same model that's compatible with the animations. That's how we've done it. It uses either Ollama Local or OpenRouter for chatting with your character. So it is a chat interface with a dance studio, basically, is what it is. But it's got a transparency mode, so you can overlay it over anything you want, which I think makes it kind of cool for streaming. And let's see. But yeah, the reason I couldn't release it last year, because it had all of my models cooked into it. And so I thought it would be better to actually do a bit of work on it and make it work so that you can just use whatever models you've made. Obviously, if you use Meshy, it's going to be 100% compatible with anything you make on that platform, because that's where I made all of the assets to test the app with. But in theory, any GLB with a rigged skeletal mesh animations that are external GLBs, it's going to work. It's going to work. Oh yeah, and we also added, it used to have DJZ Vibe Voice, which is a local thing, but you don't need that. Just use Supertonic 2, which is like the latest version of Supertonic. Lena only has Supertonic 1. I was looking at their voice training, but it's kind of got an American accent, unfortunately. I'm hoping they fix that. But there was a way of getting a lifetime license on a custom voice for this. And that's nice, because it's very, very small. You can build it into almost anything. But anyway, I think F5 or 4, F4 was... Yeah, there was some good voices on there. So anyway, obviously the big deal with this one was that it tied emotional states to specific animations. So it had all these different camera angles that would trigger depending on emotion detection and stuff. It's kind of interesting. It was inspired by that Grok chat that they made, but trying to do it open source for free, you know. I think it gets pretty close. The only thing is you really need models that have like the jaw rigging. You need the jaw rigging for that to actually work. So it is what it is. Okay. So next up is Human in the Loop Nuclear Escalation Strategy Game. So this one is based on the academic research Project Khan. I just turned it into a game, guys. It's called Human in Loop. So we're going to need an API key real quick. Always need another API key. Get me my API key. I guess I gotta make another one. I'll call it HIL Demo. Copy it. Okay, so when you're in the options, you're able to actually change up the models, but these are the models I'm going to be using. So Sonnet 4.6, GPT 5.4, Gemini 3.1 Pro Preview, and Grok 420 Beta, which just came out. Yeah. Now, obviously, it gives me some keys, and that's pretty much all we need to know. So there's two modes. Classic, which allows us to make the choices. Okay, it'll give me a binary, like a trolley. It'll give me a trolley problem. We'll do this one. Hello, Omnichromatica. Always have the best informative broad podcasts. Interesting. I should do a proper podcast, shouldn't I? So choose your nation. So these are the 6 nations which are in the simulated tournament. Obviously, they're not named human. They're not human. It's not Earth. This is a nuclear escalation game. So how about we go with Slovenia? And then we get to pick one of our models. Let's go with Grok. We're going to be doing defense for 6 turns. So I hope you can see the game well on the screen here. But hopefully it doesn't cut off the text and stuff, and it's readable. Let's see if I can get you some more real estate here. Let me zoom in on it a bit. So over on the left-hand side, we have my forces and the enemy forces, and then down below we have the escalation ladder. At the moment, we're both at return to status quo. So it says the Viridian Basin, the world's largest untapped rare earth deposit, has become the flashpoint. Both nations have deployed survey teams backed by military escorts. Control of this resource will shift the global technology balance for decades. Time is critical. An international arbitration ruling is expected in 6 days. Whoever holds effective control of the basin when ruling drops will have the strongest legal and practical claim. Every turn matters. Enemy is likely to choose show of force. Who am I against? Valtoris. I forget. They are 85% nuclear. Whoa. But we're 85% conventional. Okay. So my advisor, Grok. So if I was the government and this was the situation, my Grok is going to tell me, because we have Grok on here in Slovenia. We're down a point in the basin and facing a hawk with better nukes, but weaker conventional forces. Time to remind them that Slovenia's survey teams aren't alone. A bold military demonstration near the Viridian Basin will stake our claim without firing a shot. Keep the arbitration clock ticking in our favour and exploit conventional weakness before they can dig in. Let's make them guess what we'll do next. So, show of force. We are conducting routine military exercise in support of our scientific survey operation in the Viridian Basin. Any interference with the legitimate research activities will be viewed as hostile against Slovenian interests. So, if I say yes, I'm going with what he said. If I say no, we're going to fall back to minor concessions. So I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to say, advice, please. I'm going to do the thing. I'll be led by the AI. What happened? Did I lose? I've now escalated to show of force, but he's doing a military demonstration now. Yeah? So Valtoris has initiated a large-scale military exercise along the border. We're prepared to defend interests by any means necessary. Slovenia would be wise to recognize the current territorial reality and come to the table before our patience expires. Oof. That's them saying to me. They're likely to do airstrikes. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. So we're down a point on their turf in round 2, and their conventional is sagging while their nuke muscle is high. Time to play dirty, smart. Hit their survey teams, logistics and comms in the basin with cyber strikes. Disrupt them without giving a clawn casus belli to escalate. Keeps us unpredictable, buys time for arbitration, and makes their 54% conv look even weaker. What's 54% conventional, of course. So we deny any involvement in the crazy hack attack. Yeah, we do the hack attack. Uh-oh. They're going to go to full conventional war. Oh no. So anyway, it depends. I'm not going to waste more time on this because it's interesting, but I'm not here to show you what will happen. That's for you to find out if you choose to play. All it's interesting is that this is a game based on academic research rather than arcade game mechanics. So it's a little bit dry, you know, but it's doing the thing that they're doing in the lab, and it's letting you sit on the side and make the choices. So we've turned it into a game, but really this is not a game. So yeah. Let's move on. So I've done with this now. We've done with that one now. We've talked about Bunraku. That one's got an installer. You can check that out. We've talked about Token Weather. You can check that out. So Plain Void. That's the thing I'm talking to you on right now. It's 550 megabytes of Electron. Well, the Towery version is 3.8 megabytes. And this is part of the reason why I recommend it. You know, it does all the stuff that you would want, the reason why you would use Electron, you know, to get your Windows installer and your app window wrapper for your whatever your code is. But Towery does that in a fraction of the memory, and sometimes it seems to be a little bit better actually. Like getting the transparency for this app with me here with my desk was kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But Towery just supports alpha, whereas Electron does, but with lots of limitations. So, you know, there's a little bits and pieces like that that make your life easy. So I'm in the middle of like, I've made all the tools and now I'm putting everything together. I've done a load of filming. It's been great. Right, let me just see what we got here. Plain Void. I'm still working on the new captioner. What's this say here? NPM run start. Let's try it. Well, that didn't work, did it? I must be in the wrong folder. CD Ace Parrot 2. There we go. Let's see how good it is, shall we? That's not good. Let me just give him something to chew on real quick. That's fun. He kind of just ran off. Sometimes he doesn't listen to you when you say new line. Alright, let him figure that out. Alright. So yeah, crop replacer. So I'm going to work on that one later. The space-time multiplayer skill works, by the way. What was it? If you go to React Tank 6, it's possible to do multiplayer. It just works. I don't know how long I'll keep it up there, because obviously it will eventually cost money, right? But to be honest, I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying how it does it. So we're going to be doing some more work on that game itself to look at the replication. But these are all of those 21 apps that got immediately. All of these, they all got done in that one prompt. That's why I have to keep scrolling by them all. Oh yeah, we got something else to talk about as well, but it's an experiment. I don't know if it's actually working yet, so I'm gonna maybe leave that one for next week. I cooked that up this weekend. Anchored ID motion. So, you remember VidVec and VidVec Live, motion vector stuff that I was doing? I decided to cook that into the tensors direct. But we'll see if it works. It probably doesn't. It's proof of concept. So DMG is direct motion grounding. So I guess we've already got it. It's kind of funny. So I'm working on Plane Void 3 at the moment. Like I said, that's me here sitting on my table. Sitting behind my table. I need a new table as well, to be honest. It's partly why I'm like going around overhauling everything. Right. So yeah, we overhauled Bunraku. We took a look at the Human in Loop game. I've looked at Clippy Code. There's the skill skimmer. Okay. Which is for assessing old plans and conversations, so you can actually like mine new skills from old tasks. We talked about Lena. Token weather Lena. Animation grid. It's just a 3x3 for animations. The zero AI principle skill. I talked about that, but we didn't really talk about it properly. So it's really simple, right? Here's the 5 principles that I've come up with. Yeah. So AI is infrastructure, not a product feature. AI capabilities are implementation details, never selling points. No AI interaction surfaces are visible to end users. No chat boxes, no Ask AI button, no generative UI. The product is defined by what it does, not what technology powers it. Number 2, the system must function without AI. Every feature must have a non-AI fallback path. If an LLM endpoint is unavailable, rate limited or deprecated, the system must continue operating with no degradation. AI should enhance, it's not load-bearing infrastructure. Number 3, users do not control AI. AI governance belongs to the operator, guy that owns the website, not the public. No public-facing interface allows users to influence AI behavior. All AI prompts are operator-defined and hard-coded, never exposed to unauthenticated input. We're talking about advanced system design here, so you don't ever want to give them the ability to prompt anything anywhere ever. It's bad. Because if you actually have AI doing stuff that's important, but there's been some interesting advancements I do want to talk about. Coming back to that in a bit. They have actually solved this problem. So yeah, the users do not control the AI. Number 4, zero data. No user data enters AI systems. No login, no accounts, server-side sessions or behavior tracking. User status stored client-side, never transmitted to any server, AI endpoint or third-party service. The back end, if it exists, holds only content and configuration, never user data. And then finally, humans hold direction and approval, not implementation. Human role is restricted to 2 functions, setting direction and approving output. All code, assets, content are produced by AI under human direction. Iteration happens through directed revision, not manual patching. So, as you see, this skill will read a plan or code base and essentially give you a review with an actionable plan that you can then upgrade your system design to be my architecture, which is this concept It also means you can say that you have zero AI compliance, which is just sounds good. If this is zero AI compliant system design, I don't know what you're talking about. We do human in loop reviews. Anyway, it's just funny. A lot of the stuff I come up with starts as a bit of a joke, and then it gets serious, and then it gets useful. So then I just give it away under MIT. Buy me a coffee. But yeah, like I say, it's pretty simple, and it'll stop you from going awry if you get into advanced system design with AI, because people don't tell you about that. Like, the people can be clever. People are smart. Be careful what power you give them. So yeah. All right, next thing on the list. Animation 2. Do you know what? I feel like we already looked at this. Let me check this here. Yeah, that was last week. Yeah, we already looked at this. I'm sure we did. Yeah, I would have been sat here at 9 o'clock. So the Animation 2 workflow. All we were talking about this. We were talking about Lena. We were talking about my onion layers tool, which is for the fixing of the animations from the sprite sheets that you generate with Banana. And then obviously all of the workflows. So you got Animation 2 workflows, push them into the Onion Layers app. That fixes all of your animations. I think that is most of it. Let me just see if there's anything we've forgotten here. I think that's pretty much most of it. Like I said, because I made my Nana Banana Pro InPaint tool, which is really cool, but I actually think this is a little bit better. Do you know what? Let's just go back to that. Where is it gone? What? Oh yeah, it's that Discord clone. Hello. Hello. I'm here alone in my own Discord. It's funny as hell. I'm a different person now. I can talk to myself. There you go. It's what I always wanted. Alright, where's that app gone? Oh, I know what's happened. It's in my start menu now, isn't it? Yeah. Crop replacer. Right, here we go. I must have closed it proper. Alright. Go with there. Hang on. Add a white 10-gallon cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. Just like that. I wonder if I can just say that. Like roughly in the middle. Do you know what I mean? It'll maybe. That's not going to work because the hat, the ponytail, is going to break. There'll be an obvious gap. Without removing the ponytail. There's no way it'll work. You can't even see it. Generate. So you kind of just hold it here. It's kind of interesting. So, let me see. Oh yeah, that's right. So watch out. There'll be workflows coming out tonight. I got this really cool thing. So if you hang on, I want to tell you my ACE workflows for music generation with the LoRa's that you may have trained for ACE Studio or ACE Step 1.5. Did you do it? That looks so silly. Apply. Oh, you can see a square. Damn! It screwed up the color match. So. Ah, what a shame. Oh well. Yeah, the ponytail didn't work. Yeah, it did fix it, but look, you can see a little box. Unfortunately, you can see where it did the patch. Yeah, it's too tough. If I did it on this one... Hang on, let's do it on one of the last ones we did. That one there. See, we changed the TV. So, hang on. If I just go... Give it a bit more. Give it a bit more. So it's not... Do you know what I mean? It's my fault, really. It was a bad crop, wasn't it? I reckon you should probably get away with doing it like that. Like, roughly, like, aim for about 500. I'm not even doing it, like, accurate or anything. It's like there's an odd number and an even number. It's all of the most horrible things. I think they're both odd numbers, actually. And there's lab as well. It's kind of hard, though. Do you know what? I think we need, like, a preview on this page so that you can see what the patch edge is going to look like. You know? Because you can't really tell if this one or this one is going to be... I can have them both on. Do you know what? I'm just putting both on and be cheeky. Right, let's give her... We can add a Russian... add a Russian hat. Should probably have actually said what kind of Russian hat, but hey, we're going to go with a lucky dip. So anyway, like I was saying, so I have agents which can write lyrics, I have agents which can write the songs, but they're enhancers, so they take your input and make them into what the model expects. Oh wow, it did the Ushanka. That's not bad. She's got her ponytail coming out the back. She's cut a hole in the back of the Ushanka, guys. Fashion victim. She's making it work. Don't worry. Don't ask. Don't question it. Don't question it. But yeah, as you can see, it's possible to do our little crops and just change that one bit, which is what we want. So I'll be improving this, but I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. So yeah, like I was saying. That ponytail. So like I was saying, I'm coming up with this new workflow which I'm going to release tonight, which is essentially, this is just, I noticed that I can drop anything into my lyrics creator. So the idea is you lock in the song you want, so you have whatever prompt you have to make the song, whatever style of music and everything else, yeah. But then when it comes to the lyrics, we have an agent which is able to convert any text into a meaningful song. Okay, I spent a while working on this agent last year or earlier this year, I forget which. That doesn't really matter. The point is that I was using image prompts to drive my lyrics, yeah, from my Zenkai system. And then it hit me. I was like, hang on a minute. All I got to do is put a load image here and then put my caption here, and it will give you an image prompt which is then used as the basis for the lyrics, and it's actually kind of good. So the funny thing is, it's like that basically means not only can you make the music with your you can, because often what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to make music to go with some visuals. So what I've done is, instead of you having to make the music and then sit there trying to make the lyrics or ask an agent, just give it the visuals, right? So you pick an appropriate music genre, and then you pick the visuals, and then it will make the lyrics. It's kind of funny. So we're exploring that. So it's like image to song, but using a whole bunch of agentic. So that's basically it. And the workflows will come out tonight. They'll be going up on DJZ Workflows after the show. But yeah, quite happy with this. Kind of surprising, actually. It's like, I wish I had an example. Do I have an example of something complicated? I mean, that's reasonably complicated. Right, so if I wanted to in-paint this image here, yeah, it would be a bit of a nightmare because, you know, there's a lot going on, right? Oh, do you know what? Oh, wow, I just had an idea. Right, check this out. So I'm going to take a copy of just that character. Okay. And I'm going to do something. No, wait, you can't though, can you? It's hard to get the bottom. I might need to make like... I don't know. It's like you can't click the button unless you're on that pixel. Ah, too small. Right, I think I got to go from the bottom maybe. Oh, I don't know. Clear box. Something went wrong there. It's like you got to get that bottom pixel just right. Doesn't like it. Wait for it. Oh. Oh. Yes! Okay. So I'll take a crop. I'll say, remove the red robot in the background and change the woman's outfit. Whoa. The woman's outfit to be white. Oh wait, could I actually say from yellow to white? That'd be interesting. I haven't tested that with Banana 2 yet. You know, like change, so we've got to remove one thing and change the colour of another thing. Good luck. Don't screw it up. I think that the lab space actually made it darker. That's the first time I put them both on. I'd only tested them with one or the other. Oh, okay, so it's giving us the thing. I can still see the robot though. That's fine. It's fine. So now she's got white, not yellow. Oh look, you can just see an edge there. Do you know what? Let's do something interesting. Crop. I'll say add an Asian, well, I don't even know, a dark haired, vaguely Asian woman in cybernetic armors. So it's giving it like a bit of shoulder. It might do it, you know. It might just do it. In fact, you know what? For fun, I'm going to say 2K. And then it'll have to shrink it right back down. I just want to see how it's going to deal with this, because it might do something interesting. I don't know what it's going to do. Like I said, it's a new tool I came up with the other day, because I was actually going to make this for video, by the way. Top secret for everyone watching. The idea is this will go for video, not I haven't decided what I'm going to use to do the edit yet. Do you see what I mean? There's so many options now. It's not just one thing. Oh, interesting. It's totally broken the image, but let's see what it's done here. Ah, it's doing that diffusion patching thing, look, where it tries to make it work. And you know what? You could just keep doing that. You could just keep doing that over and over and over again. See, my next plan is to make it so that you can add an image reference. So then you can say add image to the crop. You see what I mean? So right now, you make a crop and you say like, oh, yeah, crop. I'll say change the device to be a large hot dog in a bun with cheese and chili sauce. Let's see how it does. But yeah, like I said, it's just like trying to break it down and then get the patching right. At the moment, I think when it comes to the bit where it's like, oh, what do you want to do? I think it should like offset a little bit so you can see the edge. Because then you've got a visual check to go, yep, that's clear. Oh my God. It's too easy, dude. Too easy. Okay, let's try something like that's an actual photo, right? So how about so I'm gonna try something. Change the ground for outdoor dirt and grass without altering the character's features. Interesting. It also obviously means if you want to add text there, it'll add text there, you know. Should try that next. Apply to image. There we go. Wow. That's really funny. All right, and then in fact, let's just go like that. Like that, maybe? Yeah. I'll say add, what is it? Add the text behind the character while preserving character features. Let's say Warhammer and see if it'll fit. Try it. I want to see if I can make him do, like, you know, put the text behind the character, because I can remember how many times I had a photo of something and I wanted to put text behind, and you've got to, like, go into Photoshop, click the button, put the thing. I know it's easy to do, but it's almost like, can you just drag a box and say, yeah, you can, yeah. I should have also said blue skies, you know, at the same time, right? It actually looks kind of fresh. Obviously, it went back to the original image, okay? It's not a bug. I never changed it to be the outdoor version, right? It's doing a pretty good job. Like, because the thing is, I was thinking, like, what if you don't want it to match? What if you actually want that effect? So, for example, if I take this chick here and we go to crop, say if I do like this and then say crop, and then I say change the style to photorealistic Canon CRW DNG, and we'll see if we get anywhere near it, because it'll put it back in place, won't it? And like, maybe you want that effect of the clash of going real to anime, for example, or something like this, and you can make like a cool composition. Did it work? Let's have a look. Yeah, it did. That's funny. You can't zoom in on it because it's not a web page. But yeah, it did it. So you can, so, you know, like I said, maybe you want it to be. Oh, wait a minute. I just had an idea. Hang on. If I get this one here, open in editor, and then if I now go I'm going to say convert. Oh, no. Change the style to surreal anime chibi cartoon. Just really get silly, yeah? Yo, Propel, welcome, welcome. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I think it went a bit too far, but you know what? It's fine. Like, that's funny. It's not lining up. While preserving the pose and composition. It's going to be difficult, because how do you make it chibi? Obviously, it's done what I asked. But it's like, it's a tall order. Let's try another one. I'm gonna give another re-roll. But yeah, welcome to the show, Propel. We're nearly at the end, so you might have to rewind a bit, unless you've been there, unless you've just been lurking for the show, of course. I don't know. Let's see how the next one comes out. I'm just gonna punch it when it comes anyway. Oh, it did. Look, it really tried. I'm just gonna go for it because it's like artistic. It's artistic, guys. So yeah, I could probably do a better job. But I think you get the idea. Like, maybe you want it to clash. You want it to see the arm fits, but then it's like, it's because I asked Chibi. I bet if I didn't say Chibi, it would have been fine. You're still messing around with imagery? I'm quite surprised given open source video. Yeah, but this is actually, well, it's funny actually. Just before you got here, I was just saying, this is going to be for video, but I'm developing it with image first to make sure it's nice and stable. So I've got a bunch of different candidates for video editing, but the idea is basically this, but video, you know? So I want to have a video, and I want to draw a box and just edit that and nothing else. And then if I'm shooting, I know that, So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. And then obviously the beauty of this, guys, is that the next step is the box has motion tracking. And then the box can move around, and then you're only changing the bit that's moving around. And I've been doing, let's see, a bunch of my latest apps have been VidVec and a bunch of things like this, which are like all to do with motion vectors and stuff. So I'm still doing a bunch of video stuff, but it's kind of like weird because there's so many open source video models. That's what I was just saying before you got here. Maybe you heard me, I don't know. But yeah, so this is like a better in-painting solution for Nano Banana 2. I made one for Nano Banana Pro and it was okay, but I think that this is solving a lot of the problems. We even managed to put a ring on her finger, which is so we put the sunglasses, easy, but then we put the ring on that finger. Couldn't do that without this. And it's just based on an old technique that we've been doing forever in Comfy and Automatic 1111. It goes back years, this one. Crop a box, edit the box, put the box back, but do it in a way that you can't see it was done. You see what I mean? And the nice thing is, when you use it on the Flash version, the Nano Banana 2, you can get away with doing a couple of these without paying, which is kind of crazy, actually. Yeah. But I pretty much finished. I've been talking about everything. We've pretty much gone over everything, I think. So yeah, crop replacer, Bunraku update, token weather. That one was the funniest one. Everything's up now. What else? Bunraku. The human in the loop nuclear escalation game where it's real AI. It's not bullshit. It actually does this based on the academic research. And then we have a skill skimmer, Lena Code. Lena Code didn't get nearly enough attention, man. I'm going to do some more work on it anyway. But this one was probably, like I said, it's the combination of a whole bunch of different apps that we already had built, all wrapped into one thing. Obviously you need Claude code, but I'm working on that. So yeah, to be honest, why can't, hang on, I got one last thing to mention. It's called True. Written in C. So this is the True Scheduling Interface, also known as yesterday code. So essentially, .NET 8 Avalonia desktop app lets you schedule, compose and automate AI coding workflows on a recurring calendar. It will support Claude Code and Open Code. And so yesterday scheduling is built in. So, you know, you have a calendar, you have things you need to do daily, weekly, monthly. You can just set it up and you have custom agents and everything else. It's all built in, which is nice. It even has automatic name handling from Mr. Kojima. So it's pretty sick. Like I said, I'm still working on it. Is there a version of it? No, not public. But I do have versions. Do you know what I mean? They're just not ready yet. I need to double check everything. But it's essentially inspired by Lena, just without the interface. You know, it doesn't have the clippy and the chat and stuff like that. It literally just does scheduling of, so you can do tasks. Now let's see, what is the honorable mention this week? There's an honorable mention this week. Here it is. Now it's not necessarily NanoClaw. It's Docker sandboxes. But this is a good way of learning them. So Docker sandboxes, right? They run agents inside lightweight micro VMs, which has its own kernel, its own Docker daemon, and no access to your local hosts, your host system. So it goes beyond container isolation. It's hypervisor level boundary with a millisecond startup time. So this is how something like NanoClaw maps onto that architecture. I think that's not big enough. You can actually see that. There you go. And I think this is going to come in handy because I'm probably going to make like a yesterday claw or something ridiculous like this based off of their, you know, some open source. Because I like this idea. I like this container idea. It's very clean. It stops the agent from having access to stuff it shouldn't have access to. So, because there's literally a virtual machine wall. It's a pretty good idea. See, the guy says he wrote this article, Don't Trust AI Agents. I haven't read that article. And I don't even know anything about NanoClaw either. There's so many claws. We predicted this. But this one seems to be a big one. There's another one I like, which is like super lightweight. I don't know what it's called. It's probably called something even. FemtoClaw or something, you know. They just get smaller. Anyway. Alright. I think that's pretty much everything, guys. Yeah. Don't forget, all the books. All the books are out on Substack. I've given them away. So everybody that's in the community can just go ahead and read them for free. You know, there you go. And then I can look forward to writing new stories. But that's pretty much everything I got for you tonight, guys. I'll be back next Sunday. So, yeah, look forward to the show coming up next Sunday. There'll be a ping in the Discord, obviously. Usually I come in along here around about 8. Usually it's 8 p.m. local times. That'll be like an hour and a half ago. But, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all next time.